But yeah, I don't know. There's some real creepers out there, dog. Like, well, no, because you got to watch what you say a lot now.
Of course.
Well, especially if you like how, dude, what's funny is all these cats shaking in Hollywood, dog. Everybody shaking.
Nigga, they gonna be shaking in hip hop too. They already probably shaking in hip hop because Russell
they only got him.
Man,
we know, but
bro, come on.
You know, there's been a lot more shit in hip that's been like turned up even before this Hollywood shit. A lot of them cats been getting brought up on like domestic abuse and not a lot of them.
You talking about Hollywood or in general?
No, I'm talking about hip hop and hip hop. Like this is before the Hollywood. Like this reached this peak. Like
Dre?
Cats already did. Yeah, Dre is known. You already had a lot of cats like catching one.
Yeah.
Before that happened, I'm just saying. It's already been having hip hop. Like shit is really just getting public in Hollywood now. Cats like holding they.
No, I don't know if it.
Well, I'm saying it's been known in Hollywood. I mean, it's been brought to the public now, like this in like this kind of fashion.
On this scale,
that's what I'm saying. On a consistent basis, this is the first time it's happened like to them. You haven't you heard scandals here and here and here. Now it's like. Bam, 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 and then like you ain't even getting like the top execs. You getting the top execs, they secretaries, the guy that brought the sandwiches. You getting everybody.
Yeah, basically every sector of like careers, I guess, like from like politicians to news anchors to actors.
Oh yeah, directors. I forgot news anchor.
Yeah, Matt Lauer and Charlie Rose. Charlie Rose was a legend too, man. Like I watched a few of his interviews because he's a fairly good interviewer, but that nigga was such a scumbag, man.
What was this?
Man, it was some story where the dude like literally, and we're talking about this dude is like 75, almost 80 or something, and like literally walked around naked in front of a woman. Yeah. Like one of her secretaries or something.
I think that's a scarred dude too. Be like, yo, wait a minute, dog.
Exactly. This cat basically looked like Montgomery Burns walking around. Exactly, shriveled up.
Oh my god, that's
shriveled up corpse walking around.
That's a horrible. That's a horrible visual. Hey guys, how you doing? It's just like kind of like shimmies in front of you.
Like what decent woman wants to see Skeletor walking around?
What decent person wants to see?
Yeah, I mean, of course, no straight guy want to see that, but. You know, no female.
You feel like you got abused.
Exactly. I feel scarred, man.
Yeah, but it was him.
And I was surprised about the whole Terry Crews situation. And since we're talking about like this is kind of supposed to be like our yearly wrap up, but I was very surprised by that situation. First of all, I was surprised anybody would test a beastly former NFL player.
240,
like
maybe 250 on a good day, like all muscle.
Yeah.
Can't look like he can like bench press.
Yeah.
Like a house or something, throw it. But
exactly.
It was like the fact that it's not just the fact it happened. It was like where it happened.
Party. Yeah.
In public, and like cats saw it, and it was just like, oh shit.
I think it was one of those things where I forgot the person's name that did it, but it was so I feel like it was so blatant that the guy probably thought, well, everybody's gonna think it's a joke. It's not a big deal, so I can get away with it.
Either that, or he can't kill me in front of everybody.
Potentially, and the fact that he's black, and then it's automatically like he's gonna be perceived as aggressive.
He had the whole. Wait a minute, I'm white.
Exactly. Like security gonna probably shoot him down automatically, and not even try to sort out the situation or find out who's in the wrong.
We joke about it, but all this could have possibly happened.
Exactly. So I feel like he thought like white supremacy could save him.
Come back through for me, white Jesus.
Exactly. He's threatening. He's black, so you automatically need to put him down. But yeah, that was ridiculous, man. And it's just like so many powerful men have fallen. Like taking incredible falls.
Taking all the L's.
Yeah. Like they took I know Russell Simmons was supposed to like produce it's all deaf. Now it's all deaf. I guess all deaf comedy or all deaf digital.
Yeah, all deaf comedy the joint on HBO.
Yeah, basically like
it's supposed to kind of be like a throwback to Def
comedy, yeah. But yeah, he was supposed to produce that, but then they took his name off basically everything. It's just like, like erased him from the record books, like WWE did Hogan when he said nigger.
When did that come out about Hogan? Was that? I know that video was out for a while, but when did it come out? When that specific was it?
Wasn't it like 2? Nah, it was like either last year or year before. Yeah. Hogan took a fall from
way to kill my childhood on that one, man.
Hey, man.
I had action figures too, dog. I had the Hulk flex and everything. I was like, God, I was like that guy in the video was like, you just find out Santa Claus ain't real, so the kid just ripping up everything. Like, I can't believe this shit. Yeah, I was doing that.
I just wonder what like state of. I wonder if the cat was high. It was just like so wrong. First of all, he made a sex tape, and then he made a sex tape with like his friend's wife or friend's ex-wife or something,
his mistress
or something. Like, but I know it had to be like his. It was like an ex-wife of his friend.
Yeah, and
then it was like then he started saying racist shit that had to do with his daughter.
Had nothing to do with what he was doing.
It's just like it's like layers of bad decision making.
It's like, dude, you made a sex tape. I don't know about y'all. After I have sex, the last thing on my mind is like racism. Right after I'm done, it's just his whole
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
His whole thought process was just like, oh yeah, like sex. After you're done, you're supposed to feel some kind of relaxation. You finna go do whatever you can.
Like go on racist rant.
Yeah, he was just like, he's like, I had something on my chest. Let me talk about it real quick. It was like came out of nowhere. Even she sounded like, wait, what?
It's like he had a Mel Gibson moment. You get like as relaxed as you can get, and then you just go off into rant.
It's like, no, you wasn't even drunk when you did it. You was just like done fucking. It was like, goddamn niggas, let me talk about this.
Let me take my jacket off and talk about these niggas real quick.
Dude, it's like racist dumbasses and like porn sites. Like, oh, if you ever like look at me and look at some of the comments, you see some racist ass shit, and like everybody just like,
yeah, it's porn.
It's porn. Why are you so mad?
Exactly.
You aggressively jerking off. Goddamn, I'm so tired.
I'm tired of these niggas smashing all these pretty white girls. Oh, that's so ridiculous, man.
Oh man, the shit people do, man, that shit crazy as hell.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my god. But yeah, it's just been constant though, man. Everybody getting locked, like.
And then Donald Trump, you heard about Donald Trump like literally said what he said about Haitians. He's like all Haitians had AIDS or some shit.
I thought he said like all Africans or something too.
I don't know. He said something different about Africans, but he said I know.
The bigger thing is, are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised he said something that blatant about.
I'm not. Like he's been saying blatant shit ever since he like decided.
But he kind of tippy-toed around. He tippy-toed a little bit.
He had to wait till he was in the money. That's it.
I guess. Well, no, he's always been in the money.
I mean, not that. I mean, like in the I got a back and now. Yeah, I actually got to run at this.
But man, it's just like. I don't know. It's like he wasn't as like ready to jump out the window when it came to black people. Before then, he was kind of like, the worst thing he said was get those son of bitches off the field. But he didn't say nigga. He didn't say none of that. He just
maybe there's been a lot of fake news. Maybe he did say nigga and like they was like he just said sons of bitches.
What you think they just like put a voiceover?
Like they did a bad lip read.
Exactly. Like, why does this look like a bad kung fu flick? A 60s kung fu flick. Looks like a BET voiceover Friday or some shit.
Yeah, go ahead though.
But I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand like the state of affairs as far as like why it's taking so long to impeach him. First of all,
you know why?
What, white privilege or something? I don't know.
I mean, that's part of the equation, but you got to think of big money green. You got to think big gang green right there. And listen, I'm pretty sure this cat keeping a lot of motherfuckers fat and happy.
I agree, but it's just like
it's gonna be enough fat and happy to like let you walk on.
But how long do you stay on the Titanic? Even if there are lifeboats around it, how long do you stay on the Titanic?
I don't know. Knowing this cat, he's like, I am guy. It's like I don't know shit.
It's like you running right into the iceberg. You know you're running into the iceberg. You know,
yeah, fuck it.
Exactly. Nah, we're gonna stay aboard. We're gonna go down with the ship.
Probably is. It's just like I'm not surprised by it. I was like I told you before, man. I wanted to treat this cat like Iggy Azalea and like and like just ignore her till she went away. I did, and that happened for her. But you can't do that with Trump. Like
no, you can't.
You ignore him, and then he'll be like, "Oh no, you ain't gonna forget me."
Exactly. I'm gonna embarrass the country even more.
Nobody's taking this man's Twitter fingers away yet.
Man. And then you just think about it, all this shit is gonna go into the archives because that's what happens now. Like Obama's Twitter, like all the messages he sent, all the tweets he sent, going into like the National Archive. All of Trump's messages that he sent are going into the National Archives. And then you think about like 30, 40 years from now, there's gonna be actual people that like look at this and say, like, what the fuck was wrong with this generation of people that elected this motherfucker?
Yo, dog, we failed the young people so hard. Yeah. Well, we still young, but we failed the children. We failed them all.
I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry.
If you hear this, is probably too late.
Exactly.
Cause dude, it's like I think about the future. Like if I'm an old man talking to my grandkids, it's like, hey, Dad, hey, Papa, we learned this in school today. Why was his nickname like Orange and Oompa Loompa and what are those things? It's like, listen, son.
It was a dark past. It was a dark time.
Why did y'all hate this guy so much? I was like, listen, you just had to be there.
Exactly.
You had to be there.
It was different. It was a different time.
It was so unbelievable, so crazy. Because when it first happened, it's like a bad horror action movie when you think about it.
Or Twilight Zone.
Dude, it's just like a bad, it's like a zombie flick. It's like no. It's just this whole like when he got elected officially, it was like end of 2016.
Yeah.
It was like the beginning of a movie. It's like you don't take it seriously. Okay, it came kind of a threat. Kind of pick up a little steam. Like, all right, guys, jokes a little funny. It's over now. Huh? Still going? Well, damn. Oh God!
Because it's like you go from like, I honestly thought Bush was pretty bad, but it's like you go from somebody that's fairly self-made, somebody that like had been on welfare, like come from single parent household. They pull themselves up by the bootstraps, go to freaking Columbia, go to Harvard, is the president of the Harvard Law Review or whatever, and goes into like does community activism, goes into the U.S. the Illinois Senate, goes into the U.S. Senate, becomes president, and then we go from that.
I would like to stress this: Donald Trump does give back to the community. That golf course has never seen so much business in their life.
Yeah, Trump. The goldness of Trump Tower is very.
It's for the children.
Exactly. It helps all the rich people know that when you're rich, you can stay rich.
You can say whatever you want. You can grab them by the pussy.
Exactly. And then you go to somebody that's been privileged all their life, and has
tried to make it seem like getting $1 million was the hardest shit he ever had. Flip it.
Exactly.
Flip it. Don't fumble it.
I had to flip a stack. I was born with a stack already in my hand when I came out the womb.
That means I can relate to you.
Exactly. I can relate to all these Midwest coal miners.
All these rural like poor folk out here.
Exactly.
I got you back. Like, yeah, all right.
And they bought that shit, man. And then we go to that. We go to rich man that can pander to the most racist of like poor white people. Like, and he has no type of like decorum or like
he don't give no fuck.
No standard, and it's just completely racist.
How
homophobic.
You feel about this? Yeah, fuck him.
Exactly.
I really believe he'll start. He'll degrade to those kind of answers later.
And it's kind of like what kind of future does the presidency have? Like as far as like dignity wise, like it's like there's no standard for like the next person coming after him.
My God,
like you can't do no worse than Trump. It's just like, man, we appreciate it that you're not a rapist or some shit, man. We appreciate that.
You congratulate people for shit.
Exactly.
For shit. Be like, oh man, you didn't hit nobody, you didn't assault nobody, you ain't talk down no woman, you ain't disrespect nobody. Oh man, you gotta be great. It was like shit you should have been doing.
Exactly. I feel like we might have like a celebrity. I don't think we're gonna have somebody worse than Trump, but I think we probably gonna have like another celebrity president or something.
Not gonna lie, Kanye runs. I might just I ain't gonna do it.
Not Kanye.
Unless I just feel like the world is really coming to an end. I just want to get a few more laughs before I get took out. Maybe.
Man, before the fucking asteroid hits the Earth or some shit.
Maybe I'll cast my vote then.
Exactly. I'm voting Ye. King Yeezy. We like Yeezy
Bump
King.
that trash ass Yeezus out.
Exactly, man.
Hate that damn album.
You hate it more than 808s? Wow.
Nah, they both.
They had to think about it.
They kind of right up. Hold on, they kind of right up.
I gotta measure the trash. Does this trash outweigh this other trash?
It's like, dog, I've said this plenty of times. You go from 3, I consider classics. Graduation, Late Registration, Dropout.
Right.
I mean, of course, Graduation was before 808s, but it's like after that, you had 808s and Heartbreak. You ain't T-Pain. You can't, like, here's my thing. T-Pain can actually sing, and he uses the auto-tune. It's part of the melody. It doesn't, like, distract from it. Like, this can't use it. It just sounds like you just sing badder.
I mean, he had a few good songs. He had, what was it?
In the Night. Yeah, In the Night.
So Amazing. So Amazing's good.
Man, that, I ain't gonna lie. I can't even hate it. I like it.
Exactly. You know you like that Jeezy. Hey.
Oh, he did. Yeah, why you say featuring Jeezy? It was just ad-libs. Like, dude, you could have said featuring me. I could get it there and be like, hey.
Sorry, I could have been like, hey. Sure.
I could do that. Like, man, let me get this money.
My house so big, my rooms got rooms.
Who said? What comedian said?
No, but he's like those closets.
Yeah. Somebody said, yeah. Nah, Hannibal Buress.
Hannibal
you know those are closets.
Yeah, that was so funny. You know what? I didn't really think about that until Hannibal Buress said that. Because when I first heard it, I was like, that sounds alright. I mean, he's not Jeezy ain't a lyricist, but
then you heard you was like, man, this is even stupid for you. My rooms got rooms.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know if I like. Jeezy's one of those cats that I really don't listen to, but I'm not necessarily mad when I hear a Jeezy single. It's just like, it's alright.
It has a nice beat. You ain't in the rush to turn it off. That what you saying?
Yeah. Basically, I'm not going. It's like kind of like when I hear good Meek Mill single, I don't trip over like turning it off, but I'm probably never gonna listen to that nigga album. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
I'm like that too. Meek Mill got some stuff. It's just like
he ain't interesting to me, man. Like I feel like
he tries to make it interesting by kind of screaming when he's like, I don't know. It's like he's trying to trick you, like he's in the zone or something. It's like like in freaking
I'm a Boss?
This shit was on Tory Lanez.
You talking
Liddy, that's what it was. Liddy.
Oh yeah.
With him and Tory Lanez, and like, you know, Meek Mill's first verse was cool. Tory Lanez murdered it in the middle. Then Meek Mill comes up. He's just rapping. I was making this money. Goddamn, I was taking this money. I'm making this money. I'm taking this money. I'm making this money. You didn't get it. You ain't got it, money. I take the money. And he kept going. I was like, you ain't really saying that profound. You just up your pitch and I did. So it just seems like I'm taking this money. Wow.
Yeah, I don't remember Liddy specifically, but I do know in like I'm a Boss. Like real talk, I love that niggas like bars and I'm a Boss. I'm just saying this shit was hard. That's just how he came in. Because it was like the first time I really heard him, and then it was just like I be riding in my old hood, hanging in my new whip. Niggas say they gonna rob me, but they never do shit. And it just like it just matched the beat. Like the beat was like real, lit, and then like how he was rapping on it was like amped and shit, and it just matched.
Yeah, I mean he gives you energy. It just be like
I was kind of looking at Rick Ross like you ain't really do shit. You just like that's all that nigga did on the whole track.
Yeah.
He
really got nothing else to say on that.
But I do like Rick Ross. Rick Ross knows how to pick good beats.
He knows how to play the character.
That too, but he also, he's a good beat picker. It's just like what's it?
Like all trash rappers or who people consider trash always pick. They don't always pick good beats, but a majority of them do pick great beats and have a great production team behind. Like that engineer is the real MVP.
I agree, but also, I think there is a talent in being able to pick good beats. Or here's the thing: they may have a good like A&R or somebody like their homie or whatever that has a good ear, and they're like, "Yo, you should rap on this beat." Because I know
they ain't them. They basically the Christopher Columbuses of all this. You got somebody else take it off.
My God. But hey, one thing about it is like part of good leadership is you're able to put certain people around you that can give you good advice. So if you got an A&R, because I saw like an interview with DJ Clark Kent, and he was like Jay-Z's A&R, and he's like a really like notable DJ from Brooklyn or whatever during the whole early 90s, you know, in the, I guess you could say Jay-Z, Nas era, that whole era. And he's like very notable for being like able to like not only craft decent beats but pick good beats. And he's always been around Jay-Z for the most part. And he was the cat that picked the beats for like Reasonable Doubt, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. And that cat has a pretty good ear for beats. And he was saying that like one thing a lot of artists are missing nowadays is like a good A&R. Somebody that'll say, oh, that you sound good on that beat, or that might not be your, you know, that might not be your lane, but you might want to rap on this beat.
Yeah.
You know, so. I mean, that's
Tell
all.
them stop being trash. You need that one cat in your corner to be like, yo, man, that shit was kind of weak. Run that back. A lot of cats don't have that.
Specifically needs that.
Ye just needs that, yo, calm for down.
I feel like Ye got too many yes man.
I think Ye just hasn't been punched a lot. I don't know, man. Maybe a good ass whooping would set that man back on the right path. I don't know.
He ain't been tripping for a while now. He hadn't had an outburst in a minute. I'm a little proud of him.
You heard no outlandish shit from this man.
I think that cat hit his like peak when he started dissing Jay. When you start dissing the nigga that put you on, basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, yeah.
Wait, I think when Jay threw them warning shots, like, yo, bro, watch yourself. And then you got the guy. Yeah. Oh yeah. When Jay threw the warning shots at him, it's like, yo, watch yourself, boy. Yeah. Kanye just like, you know what? You right. Let me fall back.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Alright. Yearly roundup. Let's see what else happened this year. We just had a whole bunch of crazy shit. I'm talking about, like, we already talked about the Hollywood scandals that lead into everything.
You want to talk about the protests?
Trump.
Well,
protests are... the protests, people forgot the meaning. To me, they forgot the meaning halfway through. Because it's only so many times you can tell a motherfucker, like, they weren't protesting the military of the anthem. And, like, people, that shit completely flew over everybody's head. Well, not everybody. It flew over a majority of dumb fucks that don't want to listen.
Right.
And that was just, like, it just proved, like, the further stupidity of a lot of people.
And fuck Sports Illustrated, because y'all gave Steph Curry, LeBron, and y'all didn't give Kaepernick the cover.
The cat who initiated
exactly
the conversation for y'all, but yeah, they were talking about, oh, we didn't think that.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I didn't want to hear that shit. And salute to Time Magazine for actually giving them the cover.
And salute to Steph for actually saying it was a travesty that even happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me stop saying salute. That ain't my thing.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'll go with it. I ain't gonna say it's my thing, but it's just go-to word right now. But what else?
We have the story of Bitcoin. You tell me how like everybody's. Yeah, man, everybody's pockets getting fatter if you invested in Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. Because the U.S. currency is going down. Like it seems like all paper currency is going down. Because they're not on the pound anymore. It's the euro. They're in England.
Wait. Trump is bringing us back. He's bringing us back to economic growth. I'm sorry. Proceed.
Only racist white people believe that. Racist Midwest and Southern white people.
Listen. Donald Trump has like 2 black friends and like a Mexican guy that cuts his lawn. Yeah. And that went a little too far.
And he probably paid everybody to
the black guy always gives him advice on which fried chicken.
Yeah, the black guy in Omarosa who got fired. But anyway, like, what else, man? Oh yeah, shout out to Black Thought, because I forgot. Black Thought had the most incredible freestyle, like 10 minutes.
It's crazy how we just went to that just like,
I don't care. I didn't want to forget it. I had to mention it, because Black Thought is legendary.
10 straight minutes of bars.
Yeah, man. Dude, and I will say,
intelligent bars.
Yeah. Well, did he have any ignorant? I don't know if he had ignorant bars.
No, he had some. It was like,
I know he had a lot of intelligent bars.
It was righteous ratchetness.
But yeah, definitely shout out to Black Thought, man. Shout out to the whole Roots crew, man, because I feel like because they got on the whole Jimmy Fallon thing, like people, like you have a lot of people that are just now becoming, acquainted with them. And Black Thought been nice since like the early 90s.
People really sleep on Black Thought. Except
man,
he's a rapper's rapper.
He's very much a rapper's rapper, and like the Roots is like a fully functional band. I feel like they could like, they're up to par with any band out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean they all split up and do their individual stuff too.
And I feel like Black Thought, when the solo album gonna drop, bro? Because he was supposed to drop a solo album like
I don't think it's gonna go
4 or 5. Huh?
I don't think a Black Thought.
I don't give a shit about how it would do like commercially, but I want to hear that cat rap on different productions. No, I mean personally.
I know, just let the cat drop mixtape or something, man.
Yeah,
I want your palate.
Exactly, man.
But
that's just like
that album gonna do Royce numbers. I'm telling you that right now.
Royce still makes dope music. Though.
Yes, we know this. Know this. The sales do not reflect that at all. And that's what's going. That what keeps them going. Well, not keep them going, but I'm saying that's what's gonna keep.
Them niggas make tour.
The train going.
No, but I mean, those cats make money off of tour money, man. Like niggas like Kool G Rap, KRS-One, Kane, Rakim, they still tour. That's where they make most of their money from. Them niggas tour in Europe, they tour in America.
Popular opinion, never really like KRS-One. Go ahead.
I agree, but I'm just saying he's a legend.
Yeah,
I respect him as a legend.
I respect him.
Yeah.
I ain't finna go out and buy his cat album.
I'm not saying that, but I mentioned him because he was I just mentioned him because he was a premier dude in the 80s, man. He was a dude that was like one of the top tier niggas in the 80s. He was.
Yeah, he was. I'm not taking it away.
This nigga would have shit on him so bad. I want to keep it real. I don't fuck with that nigga. I just want to say that. I just want to make that clear for America.
You said that. I didn't. But
you wanted to say that. You wanted to say that. But anyway, like them cats still, tour and stuff. And Kool G Rap, I will say, out of all those cats, Kool G Rap can still actually rap. I think he dropped the album this year. And I think that's a good segue into going into like, there were a lot of good rap albums that I heard this year. Like, whether you talk about 444, talk about Damn, there was like
Jordan Lucas's joint dropped earlier this year too.
Yeah.
I heard some dude.
It was dope.
Keep it 100 is still like my shit.
Okay, that's what's up.
I love that joint. And then Jordan Lucas, while we own Jordan Lucas, it can't been on a tear his damn self. Remix on his songs like Gucci Gang, the freaking new bank account he dropped.
I heard about it. I didn't listen to
that shit so fire, dog.
The only thing, like, I definitely respect it. I can't take anything away from Jordan Lucas as far as music I've heard from him, but at the same time, it's kind of like I don't know if I can like put
in
a lot.
The DNA joint.
Huh? You said,
he did one over DNA and Mask Off, man. God damn.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know if I could put too much stock into like somebody. Unless they just do like an epic job of like the remixes they do, like let me finish. But like unless they just do an epic job, I can't necessarily say a dude's on their job as far as doing features until they have like a Wayne run, like 07 Wayne run.
Ain't nobody had that kind of run.
I'm just saying that's like if you
that was a miraculous run, dog.
Wayne had it.
Was Wayne.
Wayne had it.
You literally could like. You go inside a supermarket, there's a Wayne song in a Wayne feature somewhere.
Wayne was powered off of blunts and lean. And if you can't have a run like that, I don't know how excited I could be for any artist like feature wise. Now if we're talking about albums, Wayne ain't even in contention. Period. But I'm just saying like feature wise, if you ain't on the same level as Wayne, I don't know how excited I can be. Like to be honest, as far as like features.
You don't know how excited you get for a feature.
I'm just talking about for a run of features. You talking about like, oh, he did this, he did the Gucci Gang, da-da. I can't.
Yeah, I mean that was all him. It was nobody feature. It was just him. No, he made it his own.
But Wayne had mixtapes, and I don't know how excited I can be for just a nigga just putting out material unless he putting out incredible albums like a Kendrick Lamar. Like I'll wait 2 years for Kendrick to come out.
I would tell you to get on this Jordan Lucas way because this cat.
No, I'm not even taking. I'm pretty sure he can. I mean, we know he can rap. That's like point blank. Yeah, that's point blank. Period.
But like his albums, when he actually he sticks to his concepts. Like I heard most of 508. It's dope.
Does it sound like an album? Like conceptually? Like is it like a?
Yeah, it follows the story. Like all his songs, because I've listened to it in segments and everything, but it was more like each song in itself is a story. And each of them ties into some. It's like one.
Do they tie into each other with this?
Yeah, it's like think of like the setting of. I'm gonna compare it to like the MCU. You have your basic foundation stuff, and they tie in or make references to one another at one point. Yeah, shit like that. So,
but I will also say I listened to Open Mike Eagle, Brick Body Complex, basically where he's like he makes a metaphor. Like the title is basically making a metaphor to like he's or the people from Chicago, the neighbor, different neighborhoods in Chicago are so ingrained in the hood that they're part of the actual bricks, the foundation of the bricks or whatever.
I would even say Isaiah Rashad's album.
Did it come out?
I think it did.
I thought it came in like till the end of last year.
I mean,
unless he dropped another album.
I was like, hold on, we could count J. Cole dropping 2014 Hills Drive.
Oh yeah, SZA. Since we talking about TDE,
yeah, SZA.
I like SZA's album. Who else dropped that I appreciated? I say Migos, Culture. Yeah, I like Culture.
Okay, no, it came out 2016. Isaiah Rashad came out. His Tyree and Son came out 2016. I guess I didn't really get around to listen to it till like 2017 for real.
When did Gucci come out? Like I listened.
Did he really?
Gucci dropped another album. He had dropped Top WAP.
Alright.
Hey man.
You gotta respect
cool,
Gucci. Man. Let Gucci, Gucci.
Gucci had a phenomenal year. He got married. He got married. He dropped. I want to say he dropped 2 albums.
Drop weight.
Huh?
Drop weight.
Yeah,
like he can't look like a whole different person.
Yeah, he dropped weight, and then he came out with a book. So that's incredible.
He got a book.
He had a book.
Was it good?
I don't know.
Who wrote it?
It's Gucci. I don't know. I'm pretty sure somebody co-wrote it for him.
Co-wrote it or just wrote it?
Wow. I'm not shitting on Gucci like that. I'm pretty.
I'm just best, man. I don't need goo-wop coming in with the goo-wop.
Yeah, the goo-wops. The wopsters.
Yeah, but great. I mean, that's just hip hop wise. I haven't really listened to anything outside the genre. Shit, I haven't even really been keeping up per se. I've just heard things every now and then. Anything that catches my fancy.
I've heard different bands, The Vaccines, which is kind of like an emo, like a more modern emo band. They kind of sound like 80s synth, like emo 80s synth rock, but they're more modernized. Whatever, they sound dope. What else did I hear? That's more of a more recent band or artist.
But you heard Eminem too, man. Let's talk. Tell me.
No. I didn't hear the album. Like I'm scared to hear the album. Like everything I've heard from the album has been trash. I'm sorry. And I'm a huge Eminem. I was a huge Eminem fan back in the day. Like Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers LP, of course Slim Shady LP was incredible.
Okay, I stopped the Eminem Show. Actually.
Yeah, I want to say I might have stopped the Eminem Show because Encore was kind of trash to me.
Then listen to it.
Yeah, I think some of it.
Wait, what was on Encore?
It was Encore. It was what's the song, man? Because it was because it was back when he was like doing like the formulaic. I'm gonna put out the super poppy song first, and then I'm gonna start putting out the more lyrical songs after. Because his first 4 albums, like official 4 albums, that was kind of his formula, and then after that he stopped doing it. But I don't remember seeing.
He had Puke,
Mockingbird.
Ass Like That, and Mockingbird. Yeah.
Ass Like That was trash. Mockingbird was cool because he talked about Mosh was cool because he talked about Mockingbird. He talked about his daughter.
Yeah, and then Mosh and Toy Soldiers. Toy Soldiers about got the cat from D12 that got killed.
Yeah.
Mosh was more about like the political atmosphere at the time. Yeah. So
and one thing I will say honestly,
I stopped the Eminem Show. I think I got lucky.
Yeah. But one thing I'll say about Eminem, which I hate saying, because I love
watch your words.
Whatever. But I love lyricists so much. But what lyricists have to understand is you got to be able to make good songs. The music has to be good.
He tired of y'all rapping about rapping and other rappers not liking rapping.
No, it ain't even that. Well, it is. That's one of the things.
Don't you lie to me.
I don't need to hear about niggas. I don't need to hear about how nice niggas are, and you making metaphors about how good you can rap. Let's actually have.
I'm always nice.
Like let's just have let's have some good subject matter. Let's sound interesting on the mic. But what I really want to talk about is like, don't just rap. you gotta actually understand melodies, understand like song structure. Niggas don't want to just hear you rap and then when they get to the chorus, they like, man, it's kind of whack. Man. Okay, chorus is going out. Oh, nigga back rapping. Okay, I'm back into it. Like niggas don't want to hear that, man. It's 2017 and cats can actually make. You got MCs that can actually make good songs. Like cats that can actually rap and they can actually make good songs. And it's melodic and it's interesting and you feel engaged in listening to the music and you just don't. It's not like a Cannabis situation or it's not like. I don't know. I can't even name anybody that's worse than Cannabis as far as like making bad. Like Eminem has become kind of the new Cannabis as far as making bad songs, but there's actual good lyricism in there.
I'll step away from this conversation.
You know it's true, man. Did you ever hear the Walk on Water track with Beyonce? It's horrible.
No, I didn't.
It's horrible.
First of all, you ain't gotta tell me it's horrible. I looked at the free features on this joint. I was like, not listen. If I do listen to it, not listening to that, not listening to that. No, I'm alright.
I'm trying to think. Do I feel like Beyonce is automatically a bad feature? I don't necessarily think she's automatic.
No, with the right person, she's cool.
Yeah, but it's just Eminem. It's just
I just don't want to see her feature with people I like. I'm sorry.
I don't think she has. To me, she doesn't have like a strong enough voice or interesting enough voice, I should say. Because you could have. Because I don't feel like SZA has like a super strong voice, but she has an interesting voice, and what she does with her voice is interesting. But yeah, Beyonce doesn't have one of those voices where I'm like, man, goddamn, I need to have a Beyonce feature on this motherfucker, man. That shit'll make the day. And no disrespect,
save us, B.
Exactly. No disrespect to Beyonce, because Beyonce is an incredible performer and entertainer, but I just like I don't feel like Beyonce has that enigmatic voice where I'm just like compelled to like listen to her. Like I'll say Solange, and maybe it's more so what she does with her voice than just saying, you know, she has like a powerful voice. Because I don't even necessarily think Solange has a powerful voice. It's just her lyrics and then her like the, I guess her musical choice was interesting on her last project. But what else, man? Like yeah, like MCs learn how to also write songs too while you're being super nice, because you're gonna end up just being a nigga that can rap and a million niggas can rap. That's why we got Team. Shout out to Team Backpack, because I love listening to Team Backpack, but y'all niggas gonna end up on Team Backpack and y'all not gonna be able to put out good songs.
He doesn't believe in you.
Of course I don't believe in you, nigga.
I do. So go ahead and hit that like button or follow button.
Yeah.
Whatever tickles your fancy. Go ahead.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say, man? There was another kid I was thinking about that was dope as hell. Oh, I heard Daniel Caesar. I was like on my R&B-esque tip, I guess. Daniel Caesar was dope as hell. You gotta check out Daniel Caesar. He got an album called Freudian, and he's like a real. I don't necessarily say I would categorize him as just R&B, but it's kind of like soul folk R&B, because it's like really stripped down. There's a lot of like harmonizing and all of that, and it's like really dope. And he's a really good songwriter. Who else? Man, I don't know if he released this album this year, but Thundercat. You ever heard of Thundercat?
Yeah, I know Thundercat.
Thundercat's dope.
I haven't heard that album.
Yeah, the last album he put out was pretty good. Man, it's just been it's been a lot of interesting albums. I'm trying to think of another one I heard, because I've heard so many good albums recently.
No, I've been pretty limited. Not even over it.
What, if actually just like listening to the entire album?
Yeah, I've just been
just jamming to like random shit.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. Make a playlist, people. It'll save you.
Make a playlist. If you're a casual music listener, like if you like super into music,
I'll take that time. I'll scratch that itch.
It's not necessarily a diss. It's just like, I don't know. It's like in the artist.
Man, he dissing, man. He just ain't gonna be straight up about it. It's alright.
Oh, whatever. Man, you got people that are casual rap listeners, and they ain't gonna listen to like the most lyrical shit, but they just gonna listen to like what's out there, like what's popular. They'll go to Rap Caviar and they'll be like, oh, I'm good. They're not gonna go to freaking, and there's no diss to Rap Caviar, but Rap Caviar just has basically everything that floated to the top. That's the popular
fucking
shit.
Suck Rap Caviar.
No, I don't say Rap Caviar just sucks, because there's some good music on Rap Caviar, but I'm just not the nigga that's just gonna be like, that satisfies me. Oh, I'll just hear what the most popular shit is, and well, I'm good. I'm not gonna say that, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
but
Dave East has some pretty dope singles I've heard.
Yeah, but on the flip side, what happened in the year 2017, we also had a slew of good. I think the bad outweighed the good movie wise too.
I don't know. I haven't really checked. Honestly, I haven't checked out any.
I'm not even gonna trip.
I haven't checked out any movies in the theater.
Justice League has fucked up my view on like this year movie wise. Like, no, it hasn't, because Thor Ragnarok was great. Before that though.
But I thought DC Universe, except Batman, was notorious for.
No, it was Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was good.
Well, I never saw Wonder Woman,
yeah.
But I thought DC was notorious for making trash movies.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, that's what
But it's like it shouldn't happen that way. You have the potential to. No, I can't do it.
Except Batman, I feel like it's hard to mess up Batman.
It's hard to mess up Superman, but they did it. Well, I like Man of Steel. So Man of Steel was cool.
But now, he's like squeaky clean. I can see how
that's how he was made. He's made to be. Like,
no, but I'm just saying I can see how you can make a cheesy Superman movie. I don't see how you can make a cheesy freaking Batman movie, because you got the edginess. Like everything about Wayne is like his background
is dark
edgy
and gritty.
Yeah. So like, how can you ruin that? But I can see how somebody can say, "Oh yeah, Superman's squeaky clean. We're gonna portray him as squeaky clean," but so that's gonna make it kind of non-interesting.
But they did.
Man of Steel was cool.
They did a version. They did another version of Superman, basically trying to figure out who he was. But like DC as a unit, overall, oh goodness, like Justice League left that badass taste in my mouth, dog. Then freaking.
Who was like I think the only thing I knew about Justice League was of course all the characters, superhero characters that are involved, and that chicks kept talking about what's his name? What's my man? James Momoa.
Jason Momoa
coming out the water.
Yeah,
coming out the water like fucking
listen like a goddamn Atlantean Viking or whatever.
Exactly.
Here's the thing.
Why is this cat always ripped and like has a beard and long hair? It's like every role he plays, he's
Aquaman
ripped.
Doesn't really have a beard either, so that's the crazy.
And Aquaman was blonde.
Yeah, he's blonde.
That's funny. It's just
well, in the movie they gave him some blonde streaks so they can say. I'm dead serious. He got like blonde tips on his hair,
man,
so it was like, hey, he's Arthur Curry. Hey, there you go.
Oh my god.
But it was just like, okay.
He plays the same character in every show.
Dude, there was just so many problems with that movie, dog. People don't want to admit it. Well, a lot of people, they said it was bad. They didn't give reasons why. I can give you reasons why right now. First of all, I think Ben Affleck gave up. Just gave up on the part. He was like, I ain't gonna be Bruce Wayne. I'm not really gonna be Batman. I'm gonna just be me with money. It was just like... Dude, it's just one scene with him and Aquaman talking, and like, so you go around the bat suit, huh? People still on the street, like Cat doing his taxes or whatever, just out there, just like chilling, and they just like looking at him, just I'm fighting crime for 20 years. He's like, oh, in the bat suit, yeah, I'm Batman. Like, okay,
oh my God.
Cool. You had one of the coolest entrances for a supervillain I've seen in a long time with Steppenwolf, but the thing is, fucking Steppenwolf. You wanted him to be the villain instead of giving us Darkseid? Really?
Hold on, what did Steppenwolf even do?
He's a general for Darkseid, but like in the movie, basically Steppenwolf damn near conquered Earth, but it was like the Atlanteans, the humans, the Amazons, and like the Green Lanterns apparently pushed this cat back. So
they rather have Steppenwolf cat than Darkseid. Darkseid.
Darkseid, but it's like they pushed him back. And well, I'm gonna rant too long, I'm not finna waste no more breath on that damn travesty. I'm an optimist. I'm the optimist of our group. I try to give everything a shot. First time seeing it, I just stepped back. I was like, I can't believe this. I felt this. I had to apologize for the people with me who went to see it.
Was it worse than
Suicide Squad?
No. What was that Superman movie where it had
Returns? When he lifted up the island of Kryptonite? Yes! With Kevin Spacey.
What's the worst? Yeah, exactly. Kevin Spacey short ass playing Lex Luthor.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude.
To me it was. Some people be like, oh, you going too hard. Nah, fuck that, dog.
Bad.
Like, listen. I left in disgust.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
But that was a bad movie. I forgot what else came out. this year that was like, oh yeah,
shout out to Punisher, man.
Punisher.
Is, oh
yeah, it's not a movie, but yeah, dope ass series.
Yeah, on Netflix,
dope ass series.
It's incredible.
Told you about it, man.
I didn't. Well, you know what? I did doubt because Rick, you can't save them all.
That was in your mind the whole time to kill somebody. You can't save them all.
All that cat's mannerisms reminded me of Shane.
Because he did like the hair thing a few times if you catch it. Yeah, he did kind of just like.
And why did he have the Christian Bale Batman voice when he started getting angry? We're gonna have to do this. Like what? And then there was a point where he went from that, then he started turning into Rocky. You know, we got to do something.
He had like an Italian New York voice for me. Like, you know what he said?
Yeah, he's like, what's that cat? God, what was the dude? His I guess you could call him sidekick.
Micro?
Yeah, I forgot what his real name was, but he was like, you decided that you left your family behind. You go whatever. I was like, what are you talking about? You put your wife through all this. You left your family behind.
You sound like all sports.
Exactly. I don't know. This nigga was going into like different voices. Like, what?
But I love the Punisher, man.
Yeah, it was good.
Maybe I was the only one. I didn't laugh at this, but there was a scene in Punisher when like a guy was basically finna commit suicide by blowing himself up in the freezer.
Oh yeah.
See the cat coming in. Spoiler alert. But it was like first, like, yeah, do it, man. I'm right here with you. We're gonna do this shit together. I was like, yo, wait, what? Hold up. This show was already dark. I was just like, I wasn't surprised by it. I was just like shocked at how it came about. It was just more or less like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this shit together. Yeah, get it. Yeah, clutch it. Like, geez.
I don't understand why. Well, I'm not gonna say like
he said some cold shit in there too, dude. He was actually talking about bombs. Like, man, fuck guys that bomb. I was like, shit, when I did it, they saw me.
They saw my face. They saw my face.
I looked them in the eyes.
Exactly. Man, he's Punisher, man.
Like, I was like,
the Frank Castle.
I was like, yep, that's some cold shit.
But I didn't understand like why the black dude. I'm not really giving any details until you see the show. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Why did the black dude try to save the crazy motherfucker, man?
Cause he it's like he himself was in that situation. He got pulled out of it, and he's trying to pull other people. I
understand,
out of
but when you realize the dude becomes I'm trying not to tell everything. But when you realize what he had already
said, spoiler alert, go ahead.
Yeah, but like when you realize the dude becomes like a terrorist and everything, man, why are you gonna try to reason with this cat? You already know this cat went off the deep edge. He's willing to do any and everything.
His defense, even though he tried, he almost worked this cat with one leg.
Granted,
it's kind of fucked up how they turned on him in the end, but
shit out that nigga with
God. You know, I actually got mad. I watched that. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna kill him. I
was like, don't do him like that. Don't do it. Yeah. Then they did him like, I was like, oh Jesus.
I'm glad he didn't die though.
That was funny. He was so mad when he got up to him. That's the crazy thing. He was like, God damn it.
He's like, Frank, I could have took him in my prime.
You know I would have.
I would have whooped his ass.
Don't you tell me I ain't shit back.
He's like, I know it, man. I know it. Frank's like, I know it, man. I got you. That's hilarious.
That's messed up, man. You about to die. The last thing you just need reconfirmation that, yo, I'm not a bitch.
Yeah.
Nah, you ain't.
That's hilarious, man. I was very, I didn't really know too much about like the bad guys from the Punisher. So when the whole thing with was Billy Russo? Yeah, Billy Russo. When that started going down,
that guy, I did not know he was the same guy from Westworld. So yeah.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that, but that was just like such an interesting, and that's one thing I appreciated about like the development of the characters in the Punisher. Like psychologically, you could see certain things. Like you could see certain things with Frank Castle, like with the whole PTSD. It's like Frank Castle had layers of PTSD. He had the layer of PTSD when it came to like killing he had to do in combat, and then the PTSD he had with his family getting killed, and then you even had like the whole psychological thing that was going on with Billy Russo, where this cat always had a chip on his shoulder, always felt inadequate because his mom, was on drugs or whatever and gave him up for adoption, and you could tell that cat was like willing to do anything to reach whatever level of success he felt like validated him and shit. And I felt like that was like super incredible. And,
well, it's
and the
just
fact
the
that
different layers because they, like you said, they hit on PTSD, but
Yeah.
they also hit on like the war on drugs.
Yeah, right.
They also hit on like CIA, the government's involvement within the drug trade. As well, they hit on a lot of stuff that we know about, we read in history without being preachy about it.
Yeah. They had a really good balance.
Because the whole the old PTS thing was like, yeah, it's prevalent. They weren't like, listen, this is how you gotta vote. No, it was just like, this is what cats that do shit like that go through, and this is how they try to make it out. Not everybody makes it out.
Mm-hmm. And I like how it was like, it was, in my opinion, it was realistic, and I guess as tasteful as I think, kind of as a writer could make it within the context of the show. It wasn't like they were like super glorifying, oh, Frank Castle, went to battle and all that shit, and like he's this like super soldier that's just killing everybody and he doesn't feel anything, and he comes back home and he's normal as shit. He came back home, he was fucked up, his family didn't really know how to, approach him. Like there was one scene where he was on that ferry.
Yeah, with his son is
and
his son said he said like a racial slur.
Yeah, and Frank Castle lost his shit and everything. Exactly. And I like the fact that it reflected the reality of PTSD, the reality of somebody going to war, and
he even gave you his mind state. Like it was like one essay he was talking to a guy. He was like, "Listen, I did a lot of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But, if I had to choose whether I wanted to be in the mud and get my hands dirty or be with my family, shit, I might choose the mud."
Yeah, I thought
50% of the time, I was like,
I thought that was like really telling of like how ingrained being a soldier was in Frank Castle's character specifically, and I've talked to like other military people, and it was like that shit was, I don't know if they like would put their family over the military, but the military was very close. Yeah, in ranking with their family, because it was like, because you literally being a kid that both my parents are veterans and shit, like that's their family.
Yeah,
like you're willing to like go overseas and kill somebody to protect yourself and to protect your your battalion or whatever other name they have for military groups. You're willing to do that, and that's just what it is. And I honestly like think that I want to see shows that do that, like balance the realism, like comic book. Well, I've seen Daredevil, I've seen that show. I'm not as familiar with the whole what Netflix is doing as far as like their comic book based shows, but I like seeing the realism inserted into the storylines, where it seems like it could really happen. It seems like they're delving into issues that are really happening nowadays.
And actually, speaking of comic books, it's been the year of DC, baby. DC been kicking ass, and
you don't feel like the Justice League drops the bottom out of
that's movies. That's just movies.
Oh really?
Show wise,
yeah.
Comic wise, dude, this shit is just great because
you talking about like
Dark Knight's Metal? Yeah,
oh,
comics.
I got you.
Yeah, Dark Knight's Metal, Doomsday, and
You said Metal Doomsday?
No, it's Doomsday Clock. It's basically the Watchmen being inserted into the DC, to the DC universe, and then we have and like I said, Dark Knight's Metal, which has just been crazy, and after getting the crazy taste of Secret Empire out of me and that was Marvel's run of like Hydra Cap, aka Nazi Cap. So
interesting.
Yeah, DC's been taking the game by storm. So yeah, comic wise, it's been great. Anime, I can't really say that much about it. I only had like maybe 3 shows I was watching. I'm still watching Dragon Ball Super, which I have a love-hate relationship with that damn series. So,
oh really?
Yeah, don't take my word for shit right now. But yeah, man. Other than that, we've had net neutrality come up again. We lost for now. It's still fighting the good fight for it though. So
I mean, of course, I'm against the ending of net neutrality, but I don't know how much of a dog did we have in the race as far as like having a say so whether they
apparently none because
exactly.
they went it past when everybody was like, "Yo, don't do it."
Yeah.
But you would think if the people, your customers, saying, "Yo, don't do it," but you just like, "Listen, we know what's best for you."
Man, on greenbacks talk, man. Is that when especially when I think the person that the chairman of
Ajit Pai.
Yeah, I think the chairman of the FCC, the name he just said, I don't want to massacre it because I don't want to offend any.
Ajit Pai.
I don't want any Indian.
If I offended him, good.
No, I'm not offending him, but like Indian people. I want to say he's Indian. He could be Indian.
He's American.
I mean, he's
yeah.
His name is from another country.
He's a douche.
But
go ahead. I'm just gonna keep insulting it.
But anyway, like I think he worked for like either AT&T or Verizon, yeah, something like that. And he definitely has like a vested interest in passing that, or getting rid of that in order to like put money in his probably former company and other companies that are gonna like profiteer off of there being a damn monopoly on the internet. But
and like, here's my thing. Even with that, when you had people saying stop fear mongering, people don't realize that is a slippery slope. Do you really trust these companies?
No.
To be like, yo, everything's gonna be transparent. We're gonna let you know everything we're doing. Yo, you got cats that sneak in shit now. Freaking Comcast and AT&T are like big culprits of this. Have you had their internet service?
Yeah.
It'll be good for a minute, then they throttle it, then they was like, oh, well, if you don't want to stop throttling, you might need to upgrade a little bit. It's just the shady mind games that, like, these are just two examples.
I mean, it's there's a history of like corporations being slimy, man. It's just like if you look at the financial crisis in was it 2008, 7, something like that. Yeah, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But like the recession, basically. When you look at that, and when people were the mortgage companies were like giving loans to people and knowing for a fact they can't pay the loans back, but they were trying to make money off of that, or make whatever credit they could make off of it at that point. And our fucking the bottom came out of the mortgage, I forgot what you call it. But yeah, the mortgage companies and shit. That's, I mean, you have that. You have the fucking automobile companies, fucking going down and shit, and mismanaging their there's like a long, lengthy history of corporations mismanaging funds, doing shady shit, being corrupt.
Yeah, and that's what we know that. And that's what you try to get it into these people's heads that are trying to defend it and say you overreacted
and give these fuckers like tax breaks and shit, man. And talk about it's gonna trickle down to the lower classes.
Yeah, even with that, with all these tax breaks, but like back to net neutrality, like that whole thing, trying to get people to see, like, listen, you're being fucked. Like, people up north about Disney buying a lot of Fox's assets too, saying it's gonna become a monopoly and all that. And that kind of, it doesn't deal into like net neutrality like that, but it's more like,
corporations. Yeah, the greed of corporations.
Yeah.
I think
granted, me as a moviegoer, I'm going to enjoy what Marvel brings to the MCU. Mm. That's the only reason I was like, I'm
kind of curious on like Last Jedi. I think it came out last week.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
You seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Nah, I ain't gonna spoil it, but everybody been trying to spoil that shit. Like, stay away from Twitter. Goddamn, stay away from it.
Facebook.
But back to net neutrality, it's just like trying to get people to understand. Like, listen, we're not saying that. Of course, they're not gonna do some shady shit outright. They're gonna slide it in general. Yeah, they gonna tease you a little bit.
The way you say slide it in general, it's like fucking. I don't know, man. I feel violated when you say that.
Did I just assault your ears, sir?
Exactly.
But like I said, dude, they're not gonna do anything shady outrun. They're gonna do it shady. You just gonna start seeing like little fees here and there, and then you're gonna, like, a few years, maybe 2 or 3 years down, that's when you're going to say, oh, wait, why am I getting charged? I was on Twitter 5 minutes last. Like, what? You're going to be like, yo, wait a minute. What's going on?
Why are the only websites that are moving fast, like Google and
why,
YouTube?
Every time I use Google, my speed just goes down for some reason. Exactly. Like, it's going to be like, I'm not saying it's going to happen because I don't know the future, but to not say there's no possibility of happening, you shouldn't be worried about it, is just irresponsible.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that's all I got to say on that neutrality. But like, What was the other thing you brought up? Freaking
Me Too.
Yeah.
No, we already talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. But it was you said something about net neutrality. It was something else that led
Bitcoin.
We already did that. I'm sorry, y'all. We lost track.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it wasn't that. It was oh yeah, Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, Last Jedi. Yeah.
But yeah, then the reviews like Last Jedi just came in. It's been confusing, dude. It's
and
like,
I know, and
people like it or people hate it.
That's what I heard. Just because of like the story, how they
It's
play the story.
it's more of an original
yeah
story instead of like, I guess it's still building off everything else, but it's going into its own thing.
Yeah. But I don't understand. Like I heard they still really don't give a background to Supreme Leader Snoke, and that cat's supposed to be like the Emperor Palpatine of this series of Star Wars movies.
Yeah, it's motherfuckers. It's like it seems like a lot of entitlement because I'm gonna have to see it for myself to make judgment. I'm not like a big Star Wars guy, so
I'm not gonna say I'm a big one.
Yeah, but to me it'd be like, okay, you didn't like this, but shit, it was a good movie to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get one of them.
But yeah, I didn't know how to feel about the Kylo Ren character, man, because he's like emo. He's emo,
whiny, freaking douche.
He's like super emo.
It's like, you kill your father. I don't care if that's spoiler. You should have seen this damn movie. It was out like a year ago.
Yeah,
but it's like you kill your father. It's just like, and then you try to you still have conflicts about being good. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
There's that, and then he had the helmet of
Darth Vader. Yeah,
I was like,
talk to me, Darth. I thought he wanted to say, talk to me, Dad. You're my real dad. That's your granddad.
That shit's ridiculous. And then what's the name? Luke Skywalker's on a mountain for no reason, just like.
They said they wiped out all the Jedi. He was the last one left, and
I guess hence the Last Jedi.
Exactly.
Hint. But yeah, I feel like that was kind of like, what was the point of him just hiding out? He's not gonna try to teach somebody to kind of.
Well, the bigger thing is how nobody found him if he's just out here. You had to think somebody could have tracked this cat down. I mean, he was there the whole time.
Unless he just mastered the Force so much that and I don't understand that. How could okay?
Well, they actually explained the Force now. I think we have more. From what context. I heard, we get more context of what the Force really is and how the different uses of it. So it's not just. I think it went from just being choke, push, just choking. It went from that to being something else, from what I understand.
Man, when that cat, what's his name, started moving what was it I
remember Rogue One. I just love when Vader came through and just was doing Vader stuff.
Yeah, and then I like in the trash, what people call the most trash fucking Star Wars, where Anakin's like, I hate you.
Was it Empire Strikes Back?
Nah, it wasn't Empire Strikes Back. It was one of the later. It was one of the later movies. Well, which was the prequel movies.
Yeah, it was
because these
episode 3. What episode 3?
Might have been episode 3.
The Return of the Sith.
Return of the Sith. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, when
can't get ate alive a goddamn lava, man. I was like, dude, that had oh my goodness.
Yeah, but anyway, when Yoda was moving these massive metal objects and just throwing them at Emperor Palpatine, then I was just like, yeah, that cat has another level of mastery. Exactly. I was like, and how was freaking? I didn't understand how Yoda was so old and moving so crisply.
The power of the Force ass.
That nigga was doing flips with lightsaber too, and this nigga's 3 foot whatever. He's holding a lightsaber
This man ain't no bigger than my freaking kneecap. So it's slicing and dicing, dog. That crazy.
That shit was incredible.
Yeah, but man, it's I'm like I said, you just have to see stuff for yourself.
And I will say I think the first one of these new movies, the fact that it didn't have the vast universe the other 6 had, kind of threw me off, because it was just you're getting kind of a narrow view.
So everything stayed in just one place.
They didn't have the what do you call it, man? they had so many different characters in the first 6 movies, and then they started getting to these, and it's everything became kind of linear. It became kind of watered down. Like, we don't want people to get too confused. It's like going from like Game of Thrones,
I think it's trying to receive a new audience. Like
I understand. I understand because like people's attention spans are like short.
Yeah, and it's like you want to start them off early so you get the kids hooked on. Now, just like how not us, but like the generation before us got into Star Wars. It was like, and they still fans of it today.
Yeah, right.
Whether they want to say they hate this crap or not, I promise you, the next
Star Wars, they gonna watch it.
Yeah, the next Star Wars, they're gonna be at the premiere. Yeah, so it's like, But I think that's what Disney's trying to do. They're trying to reboot it. Yeah, it's time to basically get the younger kids into it now, so we can start a whole new fan base for it. Yeah, bring a whole new fan base in.
Because I heard these 3 movies are supposed to be like in the middle, and that's weird as shit. It's like you went from
Rogue One was supposed to be like. Rogue One, in my understanding, is supposed to tie into like the whole Death Star. Like, that's how they got the plans.
No, but it was saying like something was like 8 years after something, after Anakin. No, it was 8 years after the whole something. It was just like weird. Or that could have been like the Return of the Sith or whatever.
Yeah, because like Rogue One was more like that's how they got the plans to destroy the Death Star. That's when you
saw. So it's a prequel? It's a prequel?
Yeah, it's pretty much. I'm sorry. It's pretty much like tying into like how they knew where to shoot to blow up the Death Star.
Okay.
Because if you saw that movie, you knew it was like, wait, like how do you know to do that? Okay, that pretty much explains it.
Okay, so it's going like
it basically gives the plans of because it was just a whole mission for the Death Star.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, okay, so it's going into the Death Star. So I thought the Death Star was pre Luke Skywalker.
Like I said, I'm not.
That's what because the Death Star is like the first is part of the first 3 movies.
Yeah, I'm not a Star Wars guy. Like I'm not. I just know that was my understanding of like
because that's when Anakin was already Darth Vader.
Yeah, he was already Darth Vader. He was already like he was that dude.
Yeah, and then Luke was like trying to go against Darth Vader, and he didn't realize that Darth Vader was his father and all that shit.
Which apparently there's a whole nother story how Luke found out that Leia and Luke were his. So. Yeah,
but in the book, like in the books?
Yeah, in the comics.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a whole nother story about that. But yeah, Last Jedi, probably just gonna end up seeing it for myself. And before we move on, like I want to talk about King Arthur: Legend of the Sword, which was a better movie than what people gave it. Which was crazy.
King Arthur was Russell Crowe one?
No, that's the one with Charlie Hunnam.
What's the Russell Crowe one? Robin Hood? Was it?
Yeah, that's Robin Hood.
Old ass Robin Hood. Dude, Russell Crowe's so old playing Robin Hood.
Dude, Russell Crowe is old playing anybody right now. But like the Arthur Legend of the Sword, more so played on the fantasy and mythicalness of the Arthur legend. And like introduced magic. I don't know.
I kind of get tired of hearing like there's some stories I'm just tired of hearing about like Robin Hood.
We didn't really have an Arthur movie since like 2003 or something. That was the last one.
Well, there's been,
but then this is a different version of it. It's a Guy Ritchie film, first of all.
No. But there's been like stories either that had Arthur in it, or Arthur was like the main character.
Movies?
Yes, like Merlin. Like there was a good.
That's a TV show called Merlin. But
no, not even talking about
TV show.
There was a movie called Merlin, but it had King Arthur in it, and it just that world kind of. I think they rehashed that shit too much.
Well, I don't because that was like the first, and then it was like I said, it's Guy Ritchie.
I've seen it through decades though. I'm talking about from like it made.
You talking about just in a whole span of time?
Yeah.
Or? I'm talking about like the last like few years because I ain't really.
And it wasn't there an Arthur movie that had Jason Statham, which is the funniest shit. There was, yeah.
No, that wasn't Arthur.
What was it?
That was just the Save the Kingdom or something.
It's just like some medieval.
He was transported in medieval times because they can't have like 2 axes doing some drop kicks and yeah, had a little bit of magic in it.
All right, that's why I just Jason Statham. In medieval times.
I just remember that one scene that had like 2 axes in hand and just like jumped over a tree and like drop kick somebody. I was like, okay,
this nigga doing transporter moves in medieval times.
I was like, do your thing, dog.
Like, why is this kid doing martial arts in medieval times?
Let him get it. Let him get it how he live, man.
No, No, you know what? Worse than that, real talk. What was that crap that we watched and you thought it was the coolest shit in the world? The Wolfman shit.
What Wolfman?
The Wolfman shit. We went to the movies and saw this
I
shit.
didn't think it was cool.
And you niggas doing like crumping and shit. I was like, what? Like you was fighting, like one Wolfman was fighting another Wolfman. They were like doing, it looked like they were crumping and shit, and niggas, like they were scrapping. It looked like they were crumping and shit. And Phenom thought it was like the illest shit in the world. He was like, man, god damn, this is going in.
I thought I was just laughing. I don't know.
And I was just like, this is the most ridiculous. It's not even scary.
I don't even remember that movie, man.
Because it had good actors in it.
It had Anthony Hopkins in it, right?
It had Anthony Hopkins and Benicio del Toro, and they're both phenomenal actors. And I was like, why
but
the
that
fuck
movie
are they
was
in it?
ass.
The movie was super ass. Like, I was like, why did these niggas
Okay,
sign
maybe
up?
that's why I thought I was like, man, this shit's so ass. Like, I guess it's just.
And that was the most interesting part of the movie, the whole movie. Them niggas start scrapping with each other. I was like, what? Exactly. That's what this
like they Millie rocking.
These niggas was Millie rocking.
You ain't got it like me, old nigga. Yeah.
It was like You Got Served. They had a You Got Served fighting scene. I was like, what? Like, why are they doing this?
Oh, that's crazy.
That probably was like one of those. It could have been a sci-fi movie. It was so bad, it was good. It was interesting.
Probably, yeah. But like we've seen bad.
Yeah, we've seen bad.
We've seen the bottom of the barrel too.
Man.
But it wasn't this year. But yeah. What else you want to close out the year on, man? We do a recap before we just go ahead and end this thing.
Man, it was just great.
Anything on your chest, man?
Not really, aside from fuck Donald Trump, of course, and
talk that shit.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of normal. It's like normal conversation right now. That's a normal statement to make. Fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like saying Roll Tide in Alabama. Like, Roll Tide. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump also. Yeah. But yeah, it was just like a great year in music, man. To be honest, dude, it was like a lot of good albums, and hopefully 2018 is as good of a year, but I doubt it's gonna be like as consistent as fucking 2017.
I don't expect shit. I just hope I wake up and I ain't as fucked as I was the day before.
It's like I hope I don't wake up and I'm in a Nazi country.
Speaking of, I just want to highlight because we do live in Alabama,
and also fuck white supremacists and Nazis and the Klan and all that shit. Okay,
that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Just in case anybody thought. Yeah, exactly. Just in case somebody.
But
thought
we recently had Alabama like send elections and Doug Jones won over Roy Moore, which I was actually surprised.
I was surprised too. Yeah.
I lived when it happened. I thought somebody was playing tricks on. I was like, man, this man Roy Moore was hiding behind God so hard. Like God was his ultimate offensive lineman against like everything, yo. Like I swear, dog, Roy Moore.
And shout out to sane black people for actually voting decently.
Man, let's talk about these 10% of these niggas that didn't. Like fuck them.
Wow.
We know who y'all. We don't know who you are. We know it's 10% of y'all. Fuck y'all.
I don't know. They might have been held hostage. I don't know what was going on there. all them cats might be deceased people that they just threw in there that they were like, these black people voted for Roy Moore. These cats been dead for like 20 years and shit.
So they the one cats they pull off the street to say some ignorant shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, just highlight that because I didn't expect that. Now the thing is like,
and that was the first time I feel like Alabama got any positive shine whatsoever besides football.
Yeah.
Because first they were like, "What the fuck? Alabama's actually considering Roy Moore? Why are these dumbasses even existing?" And then it was like, "Oh, they actually voted for Doug Jones."
Was he barely won?
Exactly.
A win. No.
Exactly. We didn't expect that. We actually got a little respect for him. Okay. Yeah.
Shit, I ain't getting no respect for us. I was just like, all right. Let's see where this go from here. Doug, don't fuck up.
Yeah.
That's all I can. I just hope you just don't fuck up, man. Like, don't become one of them cats that don't pull a Trump. Well, you know what? Just be a good dude. Just be a good dude and like try to come through on all the promises you made.
Yeah, I don't know if you can pull a Trump.
I don't think nobody is that magical.
No. That magical and people are just like, yeah, okay. The people that voted for him just like, Yeah, we're gonna stick with this guy. He's all right.
Better than the other guys. All right.
Dude, I literally, like, before the that whole Roy Moore election, man, they interviewed Republicans in Birmingham.
Oh, yeah, in Viceland.
Yeah, you saw that shit?
I saw it.
The dumbest
the
shit.
Dumbest.
Like,
you gonna support somebody that abortions after 9? I was like, bitch, after 9 months, the baby coming out.
Yeah.
Like, there's not an abortion, that's birth. Yeah, exactly. At that point. Like, what are you talking? And she said it with such conviction.
And, like, do you think, so you think all, however many women that came out and said that Roy Moore, you know, had sexually assaulted them, they were lying? Well, I don't know. Yeah, a few of them lying.
And they don't come back from our time. When exactly. You just said. And then one of the chicks that was agreeing with was a rape victim, apparently. I was like, man, boy, I tell you what.
It sounds like Alabama to me. That's the Alabama I know.
I was like, bro, if you don't, yeah. I was like, cool. Yeah, whatever. I wasn't like cool. I was just like, I expect nothing less from you, dumbass.
Because it's kind of like if they interviewed a bunch of people that were like super open-minded and they were like, man, we're against Roy Moore. We don't support this type of behavior, and we're gonna vote. We're gonna vote for actual ideals and principles. That would have surprised the shit out of me. Dumbass.
Listen, he might have did it, but he has Christian values. He's a good holy man.
That's some shit.
Like I'm saying, God with this man's ultimate line, just like blocking all that hate.
That's the dumbest shit ever.
But yeah, like you said, I saw that shit. I was just like, I wasn't even astonished.
I wasn't either.
I was just like, I expect nothing less from you, dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you were part of the problem. You're part of the reason we, as a human race, cannot like go forward.
Well, yeah, there's that, and then there's also why the South would never rise again, because they're still stuck on like their allegiance to the Confederate flag, who's like basically it's a bunch of losers worshiping other losers, like losers from the past and shit, and that's the dumbest shit I've ever.
Yeah, it's like you talking about respect our country, man. Nigga, why don't you respect our goddamn country?
Exactly. Why you worshiping traitors, nigga?
Yeah. Why you got this treasonous ass flag?
Exactly.
You lost.
Yeah, y'all cast laws, man.
Talking about it's for heritage. The fuck it is.
Exactly. It's heritage of people that try to like succeed from the freaking country, man. And that's just the dumbest shit in the world, man.
Yeah, but you can't say that because, we're just, pushing the liberal agenda and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I got depressed. Hey, y'all, man, we finna finna go ahead and end this, man. Anything you want to say?
Y'all stay beautiful out there.
Alright, y'all, look in the description. Got some goodies for you. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you're listening to this on Audio Mac, hit that follow button. You can download on the go.
Man, have a Merry Christmas. Christmas is tomorrow, so y'all enjoy it.
Man, they ain't gonna hear that shit. This shit ain't coming out tomorrow.
I don't care. All the capitalism y'all wanna
you'll hear this in the next week.
But it's about to be Christmas tomorrow.
Happy holidays, ya bitches.
Exactly. Happy New Year's, all that shit.
Peace.